Hey guys, what's going on? Drax here, back again with another episode of Scrap Mechanics. This here in front of you is a useless machine. I'll tell you what, it is by far the most useless machine that I have ever made. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. This, I tell you what, this has got to be the worst machine in the history of mankind. It's so useless it can't even lift me. Alright, let's turn up the power here a little bit. We'll figure something out here. Turn that. Yep, this is, like I said, the greatest machine ever made. It is by far the coolest thing. But I wanted to show you guys something that I thought was even cooler. I have been checking out some of the videos that Scrap Mechanic themselves has been putting out, and I recreated one. So I want to show you guys here what I recreated. So we're going to take a second and watch this clip.
Hi mechanics, today we'd like to introduce you to two very special items that can be used together, the gas engine and the driver's seat. There's basically no end to the incredible things you can build with these, but best of all is how quickly you can build really impressive moving creations, just like this sweet ride I'm rocking right here. Marvel at the quality of...
So as cool as that little car is, I thought that we could go ahead and recreate it here in our world. And that is something that I have done. So let's head on over here. I've hid it back over here in the deepest, darkest pits of the jungle that we in the Scrap Mechanic universe know. And here it is. Here's my little car. Let's take a look around. It's slightly different. I just used some different blocks and stuff, but it is pretty much identical to what we've seen those guys make. And I think it is pretty darn swell. All right, so what do we got? Well, we got an engine that powers the wheels. You can see that. It powers the 4 wheels. And then we've got some turning mechanisms. And this part actually took me a few minutes to figure out just because of the way the car turns. Now, let's go ahead and hop in. Let's pull into the sunlight here. And let's check this out. So if I turn to the left, you can notice that the tires on the outside, on the right side, actually lift up and turn to the left. The tires on the inside turn down and to the left. If I switch it, it actually does the same thing. So this was actually a really cool car to make. I had a lot of fun with it. Thought it was pretty darn cool. Now it does get a little loud and a little wiggly at high speeds. But, you know, it's fairly stable. I've only flipped it over twice, which, you know, compared to most of my other creations, twice is not a bad number. Let's see how off-road friendly this thing is. Back it up, back it in. Let me begin. No, just kidding. Let's come up here. Oh, maybe we don't have enough power. Let's kind of wiggle it a little bit. Get a wiggle. All right, come on. All right, there we go. We've made it to the top of the mountain. I really just call that a hill, not really a mountain. But I thought this car was actually really cool. And it was definitely something someone had suggested that I try and make. And I was like, yes, you know what? That is such a cool little car. I definitely need to try and make that. So I want to try and make it up to the top of this mountain here, because I have yet to be at the top of this, and this is, like I said... Oh, is this as far as it goes? Oh, well, that's kind of a bummer. I've yet to be at the top of this mountain, and, you know, like I said, this is by far the most stable vehicle I've had. Now, this was probably created by the devs. I'm not really sure who it was created by. I just remade it. There we go, we landed. I just remade it, so it's not my original idea, but I did have to watch that clip that I showed you guys about 17 and a half times to work out what I needed to do for this thing. So we're going to build it here together, and I can show you guys how we're going to do it. So we're going to head up to this sign over here. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but we'll show you. All right. There it is. There's a sign. We do all the work while you collect all the profit. So that kind of gives us a glimpse as to what we're gonna see in this this game. We're gonna see these harvesters and stuff. So that's a pretty cool sign. But let's go ahead and start this build. Now I am using some ducks here. This was just my idea. You know, you can use kind of whatever blocks you want, but you need to start with a platform that is just big enough for the seat here. And then we're going to put a little 4x4 here in the back, and this is where we're going to put the engine. All right? And then what we're going to do from there, you can kind of see if we take some peeks at this vehicle, we're going to come in here a little bit, and we're going to just place some uppers on this. And then we'll just place these like so. And then we're going to place some of this, more of this curved duct to kind of round out some edges here. All right, so now what we're going to need is we're going to need a bar that comes across. It's just going to stick out, I think, two further than the platform. So, you know, that kind of works. Let's do something a little different here. Let me put that in, and now that sticks out 2 further. So we'll just have it connect up in the middle. I did have to make some adjustments to my build as I went, so if I seem ever so slightly confused, that is why. All right, so we've got that. Next, we're going to need to go ahead and put some of these little guys on. And this is how we're going to get our main turning. And I'm going to use this block. As we can see, just come down 2. Like that. And then you are all set. So from there, we're going to put our turning mechanism. So this is what's going to raise and lift this part right here. So if you look, that is going to be what causes the inner and outer to lift up. As cool as this car is, I love it. All right, so now we're going to need to go to the front of the car, and we're going to just take that, and I have to look because I get a little bit confuzzled. Okay, so we'll put this on. I just passed it up. There we go. We'll put this side on and this side. Just like so. All right, and now we're going to need another little block here, and I was using this guy, and it's a little wonky, but we can kind of get it to work right. Just need it to face the outside there, and then on that is actually where we're going to put this this little drop down, like that. So we come down here to the end, place that on there, and then we get a little drop down. Place that on there. Actually, I want the side of it to be solid. And then we can do that right there. Very nice. So now we just have to place our bearings on this. Like so. And then we can just place some tires. Now, technically, this is it. This is like the skeleton of the car. We don't need anything else. We can drop it down. You can notice we'll connect that up, and then we'll connect all our... Actually, that is not where that goes. We'll connect all our tires up, and we'll just have to change rotations on some of them. That's the easy part, and now we're going to connect up the tops of the car. Now, well, the main turning radius. So we see that there, and what we have to kind of watch for is the directions. Now, that's close. We need to rotate everything itself, and this is more for me because I can't picture it in my head. But we'll just rotate these back ones again, and now everything turns to the left, everything turns to the right, just like it's supposed to. Okay. Now we connect up these pieces, and then this where it gets a little confusing. All right, so now if we get in and we turn to the left, you can see that it kind of does this cool little dance while we're doing stuff. Bum, ba, 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 da, da, ba, da, ba. Ba, da, ba, ba, da, ba. No, okay, we're done. So we want to each side to be the same. So we're going to swap this one and we're going to swap this one. And then that causes everything to raise up. That's not necessarily what we want. When we turn to the left, we want this left side to go down, and when we turn to the right, we want that side to go down. So now we have it. There it is. That's all there is to it. We can take off, can see that it turns very nicely, you know, and we can even put this thing at a little bit higher speed, and it'll work out well for us. So let's go ahead and do that. I haven't tested the full speed capacity of this thing, but you can get it to whip around really well, and I wouldn't say that it's really stable, but it is fairly stable. Like any other vehicle you guys have seen me make has flipped by this point, but it's getting to be kind of hard to control. I'm not gonna lie. At such speeds, it is definitely hard to control. Oh. There we go. All right, so, you know, if you want to do some finishing touches, you can put kind of these wheel wells on it. I am stuck. Let's actually slow our engine down here. And we'll head over closer to this guy. Nope. It's still a little fast, I'm not going to lie. Like, the whole direct input, like there's no like analog input, is kind of weird. But yeah, now you can just put your fenders on, you know, just make sure that you don't connect up to this side. You make sure that you come across like this. If you just do one of these, one of those, one of these, let's actually put that on the lift. And then you can come down on that. You can put one of these guys in, and then you can take this one to the back, and you can put another one of these on like so. Just make sure that when you're doing this, you don't connect to that piece directly, because if you were to connect to that piece directly, it would not work properly. So we'll check this out here. Let's do this. We'll connect to this, and then I'll put this in. Actually, not that. We'll put that in. And so now when we turn, you see that it kind of wigs out a little bit. That's not how it's supposed to work. So, you know, just make sure you connect it to this side only, and you should be just fine. But if you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that like button. It helps me out a lot. I would greatly appreciate it. You guys have been giving me a ton of support on this series, and it's been absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I look forward to making some more creations, especially taking the suggestions from you guys and making it work. So, all right, guys, my name is Draax. Have a good one.